Welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happened YouTube Atheist Community and Google Plus again. Fun, whatever, debate thing. Anyway, so last night went fairly well. Pretty much good, actually. It was an interesting night. Downside is Google didn't record it all, just sort of irritating. So I have learned that once you leave a room, accident or not, browser failure, whatever, the room stops recording, if you're the person who started the room, but the room's still there. So, yeah, so you have a room, but it's not recording anymore. And there's no button I could find anyway where you can start it recording again. So, if somebody knows something about that, fine, but yeah, I can't find one. So, anyway, I didn't realize, when I had a browser crash that, that was coming back to a non-recorded room. So, I have to keep that in mind, I guess, in the future. You gotta make a new room or something, I guess, is the only option, which is sort of irritating. But anyway, so that's what happened. To the last 2 hours, which were kind of good, actually. The Glenos came in late, and so we had a pretty good conversation, and so if somebody has a copy, I don't know why they exactly would, but if they do, I'd be interested in purchasing it for a reasonable price. No, I'm not going to pay for it, but you know what I mean, it'd be nice. Anyway, so yeah, it was 2 weeks in a row, reasonable, so that's not too bad. I was kind of not great going in, but felt better as the night went on, so it was tolerable. And such. So, and now I've done a few more of those free will conversations. They're getting a little more interesting, I have to admit. Just in the sense where you dig a little deeper and then you find out everybody's crazy somewhere. Right? There's some crazy corner in everybody's brain, and you scratch enough and you find, oops, there it is. I found their crazy corner. Some people have the crazy corner right on the surface, and some people you have to go look for a little while before you find it. So anyway, that's sort of interesting. But whatever. It makes it all more of a challenge, I guess, because even when you get people to agree on something, you gotta be careful because you're not sure what they're agreeing on. They're just agreeing in principle or agreeing with a vague idea, or if they really get it, and that they really know that cars can't fly or something. They could be driving you to the airport and you think they don't think cars can fly, but all of a sudden the opportunity comes, and they start thinking the car can fly over, the missing road or something. Anyway, so that was sort of, whatever. So lots of other stuff going on. It's just, life and all that kind of stuff. Might still have a conversation with Hoffa, believe it or not. We might try again. Under proper time restraints or whatever the rules will be. On the physics subject, and like I said, I'll take whatever I can get. I mean, I don't want to diminish or demean Hoffa. I mean, I'm grateful that he'll talk to me, so nobody else will. So I give him credit for that, I suppose. But yeah, so something's better than nothing. Mostly, often. And then the same old. The rest is, all recorded history, pretty much, right? Logic Rolls the Dice guy did make a bunch of videos, and I just don't know if I, I applaud his effort. He does seem to be making an effort. Lots of stuff moving around in the videos and whatnot, but I'm not too sure they're for me, kind of thing. They're a little too obtuse to the focus, and so I don't entirely always get the. They're not biting commentary. They nibble like a Pac-Man. And it's interesting to watch it move around, but it doesn't really get to the subject and take a bite out of it. So it doesn't do much for me personally. It's just me personally. Anyway, Professor Anton did make a video, but it was really boring. I don't know, something about buttons or something. There's too many buttons in our world. We just press buttons, and buttons are bad because they buttons or something. I don't know. So it seems to be getting wackier and wackier. Warbles on a lot, crashed his airplane a little bit, so yeah, he'll have to fix that before he can fly again. Get some Chinese propellers or whatever. I don't know what else this. It's really the same old stuff. Anaconda, going through the list here, but yeah, there's nothing profoundly interesting. I mean, Thunderfoot apparently made another. I'm gonna try to punch women in their skanky vagina video. And I just keeps wanting. It just makes me just keep wanting to just replay his old video where he, explains to women that they're not raped if they don't go to the police. I mean, I should just replay that over and over in an endless loop with one of those flying cats and just say, look, till you fix this, Thunderfoot. Shut up, idiot. I mean, there's no point in mocking other people's mistakes when you have made some colossal mistakes on different subjects. I mean, on the subject of antinatalism, his argument was, you can just ignore it because they don't breed, so, there won't be any more antinatalists once they die. Presuming that I was a sterile birth or something. I was birthed by the universe or something. Like a natalist didn't give birth to an antinatalist. Just kind of funny for a guy who's supposed to know biology. So, I mean, if you're going to make wicked boners like that, and I mean wicked in the bad way, who is he to sit there and pound on some feminist who goes a little wacky in her rhetoric? I mean, it's just such a cheap maneuver for a guy who's made plenty of mistakes in his rhetoric. So, but whatever, this is the world we live in. Assholes would be assholes. There's not much you can do except to eat it. Determinist one guy who, I don't really have much interest in arguing anarchy bullshit with. But anyway, he did make a video about Sam Harris, apparently, his last book or something like that. And he has one of these, you're just one of these stupid, you'd almost say, like, well, Sam Harris should be smart enough to think about saying something like, well, why would it be bad to kill 1 billion people in their sleep? And then say, well, because all the lost opportunities. Well, if those lost opportunities have value, then I guess Sam Harris should be one of these full quiver guys. He should be saying we have an obligation to have as many children as possible so they can have all these magical opportunities happen. So I guess he should be for way overproducing children because any opportunity is better than no opportunity. Oh my God. And then I guess he should be for seeding Mars with a bunch of moronic organisms eking around going, where's my opportunity? I need some opportunities. I mean, it's just kind of a silly argument. I mean, if anesthetizing 1 billion people has a value implication in the real universe, then you've got to say not having 1 billion people is just as bad a crime. So that's pretty empty and weak argumentation. That wasn't the argument that Determinist 1 was making. He was just making the obvious argument that opportunity to do what? Oh, choke and die. Yeah. So yes, some opportunity you're giving people. Thanks. But yeah, no thanks. So, I mean, if you get into the real, all these subjects, you get into the real deal, it just gets ugly. We're ugly organisms doing ugly shit, and there's just no happily ever after. There's no happily ever was. It's all just redundant, creates something that needs and wants, degrades and dies, and just keep doing it over and over again and get away with it because they keep forgetting that they've already done this before. Over and over and over and over again. So anyway, in other news, let's see what else is news. Flower has made quite a few videos. It sort of got buried on my list here just because of I had to fix the titling mechanism, and in doing so, because the titles weren't showing up, but now they do. Some of the old reference videos are piled up. So anyways, you can make a few videos in here, some whatever, cartoon videos. But then some kind of poignant accusations against the human race. which, yes, I'm all for making accusations against the human race. And all against the people who keep weaseling out of their responsibility to answer the questions. The glib. So I guess I'm just going to have to keep using that word. I'll just call them the glib. Like they're the blob of the vacant-minded evaders of responsibility. And the Contabot's last two videos have been rather boring, so I don't know if I have much to play with there, but you made one line directed at me saying I have mischaracterized his point of view, but again, it's just this vague nothing. It doesn't provide any evidence with his accusations. He just talks about people he encounters. None of them have a name. The people who want the homeless to go. I want them to put the homeless in burqas. Yeah, so I can't see them. Nobody's doing that. I mean, that is a over-exaggeration of his statement, but he talks about it like people want them to disappear into some kind of, I don't want their pain to disappear, I just want them to be painted over so they're the same color as the wall. And I think, no, people want them to go away because they are a blight, but they want them to go away entirely. They don't want them to go away in the sense that they go next door or something. It's like a plague of grasshoppers or something. People don't just, I wish they would go over to the hair house. They just are tornadoes. I'm sure people getting hit by a tornado aren't just sitting there saying, I wish it would go to my neighbor's house. Well, of course, if their neighbor's a Muslim, they could be wishing that. But that's a whole nother story. So he's the one mischaracterizing reality, and he does that with all the politics. He just keeps talking about people as in we, uses his term, and it's just such a, and it's just a lie because it's not really what people want or doing or thinking, and so it's all straw man argumentation. So he's always arguing with a straw man, and he's never arguing with an argument, which is really, but it's another way of just evading, another way of exercising a cheater's control over the game. He just doesn't have the stuff to play the real game. Anyway, I was supposed to be cooking my dinner, damn it. I forgot. Anyway, so is there anything else that's important? Box. I'm having box again. Part of the box. I need more box. That's not enough box for a growing boy. Yeah, where's another box? There's another box. Alright, look at the buckets. Enough? Yeah, probably enough. And we'll throw in some of this little stick stuff. Yeah. So, some stuff from that box, and then we'll throw in some stuff from this box. Stringier box stuff. Yeah. Yeah, get in the pot, you bastard. Can't break spaghetti. Yeah. Oh, God, old age sucks. Can't even break spaghetti anymore. Yeah, it's been a long day. Yeah, I want to make excuses for why I can't break spaghetti. Yeah, I don't think you're going to come up with a good rationalization for that. So, yeah, my weak and lame. So it's something with leverage. I just didn't have very good leverage. Maybe that's it. Yeah, Achilles heel or something. My Achilles heel got in the way. So anyway, enough of this. We'll go back. Oh, moth. Yeah. Leave one box open. Jeez, you got them forever. Anyway, so I guess that's it. I don't need to drag this out too much. So there's stuff always going on, stuff in the background, wheels happening, turning, things moving, people, this, that, the other thing, working on stuff, writing notes, taking notes, drawing pictures, collecting thoughts, so I can focus them into a beam of compelling energy and persuade you to stop being an asshole and recognize that Thunderfoot's a fucking cunt, and Antacantavad is a glib douchebag, and life is stupid. Let's pay people not to do it. Anyway, I think that's really enough. So, here's another Flyora video. Anyway, it's outside, which is nice. Yeah, I'll be outside soon. After get back into the old routines, we'll be back crunching about and slushing about and whatnot. So, yeah, till that, or till when, or till tomorrow, probably, when I have something else to say. Yeah, I think that's all. I'm sorry if I left something out, but shit happens. So yeah, I'll put it in somewhere else.